But hey, what's going on? This is another video about the wrestling. As you can see, I'm trying out, maybe using this little couch, filling up this space behind me. Got my big minion, cardboard cutter. Got Kevin over here. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall right now, seeing what I like, seeing if I like this. This one is I'm just gonna have a little chat. I'm just gonna have a little chat about AEW. Gonna have a little chat about Grand Slam. We're gonna have a little chat about fucking everything that's going on in AEW recently, which has been a lot. We've got CM Punk probably done with. Let's just talk about CM Punk first. We'll get the CM Punk thing out of the way really quickly. Maybe I'll do a deep dive video soon on CM Punk, but let's just really quickly get the CM Punk thing out of the way. The biggest issue when CM Punk came in was quite simply that Tony Khan, as soon as he came in, went, "Hey guys, I got CM Punk. It's the fucking AEW CM Punk show now." And then everyone went, "Oh, that's class. CM Punk's back in wrestling." And, then things happened, like Hangman Page made a comment about Colt Cabana, and then I think he remembered he didn't like Colt Cabana because obviously there was all these rumours that, Cabana had been moved to Ring of Honor internally and stopped appearing on Dynamite. But if Punk didn't want to be on the same show as Cabana, then why was he on the same show as him like twice? I don't know, maybe when Hangman made that comment, did Phil remember that he hates Scott? And then that happened. And then, the press conference, we all know, I'm beating a dead horse, the press conference, but I don't know, a lot of the blame lies at Tony Khan's feet for just going, "You know what, Phil, you can do whatever the fuck you want." And then when Phil acted like he's been known to do, everyone was surprised. I just think more than anything, Tony Khan needs to be comfortable putting his foot down with talent. I've said this on Twitter a bunch, and I know this is a dead topic now. We've been talking about it for a long time. Every day it seems like. But quite simply, at the heart of that rant, CM Punk was right. The Elite began to run things as friends, bring their friends in, and our friends here, they didn't look at it like objective businessmen. Tony went along with it. Tony started booking based off vibes instead of business sense, and it hurt the company. If CM Punk's gone, well then, it sucks that we got him back and we had all those moments and it ended like this. But also, are we really that surprised that Phil did what Phil does again? No. If he wants to come back, cool. If he doesn't, cool. It's not the worst return to professional wrestling in modern times. I can remember a certain Shawn Michaels came back for a Blood Money show. That wasn't fun. Think about all the people that Hogan brought back in TNA. But yeah, it fucking sucks. And another thing about AEW while we're on the Phil thing, I don't really have a plan for this. I'm really on my Motown Noah shit right now, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm really just like Nick Henkel, just coming out with an idea, and we'll do it live, pal. But yeah, I think a big thing with AEW that we're seeing now in the few weeks since the suspensions is, I guess, the true manifestation of how much of that company has been in disarray, which we saw pretty much since Kenny Omega left. That company needs to identify who they are without the Elite. On Cage Match, there's only one match without the Elite in the top 10 in the history of the company, and that is the Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory from the pay-per-view. We'll get on to the Acclaimed. Don't you worry, we'll get on to the Acclaimed. That's the only match that doesn't feature the Elite in the top 10. Like Cody, Kenny, Bucks, Hangman. So the EVPs and Hangman. That's the only match. So what do they do when they don't have these people? Well, now the show's been a lot more consistent these past few weeks, especially Grand Slam. Grand Slam was fucking excellent. And in a world without Cody, Kenny, Bucks, who are you? That's the biggest thing that AEW has struggled with. Their whole identity has been built around, those 5 names at the top of the card. And I think now, in a world where the fans are back, we need to stop letting the identity of being the company for those people drive us forward. Look at Private Party, right? Private Party pre-COVID beat the Bucks, were on top of the world. Fans left the building. All the energy was put into building towards the Bucks and FTR. Fair enough. That left people like Private Party by the wayside. I think now, guys like the Acclaimed are fucking undeniable, and that's because of the fans. And it's good that we've now seen them win the tag titles because they're just so undeniable. But I just think the big thing that AEW need to contend with right now is their identity out with those big names. So I guess that's my Punk and my Elite rant done. Let's go on to, I guess, the main topic of this video, the Acclaimed. Everybody loves the Acclaimed, man. Like, that's insane. The Acclaimed are finally the tag champs. Probably should have won at the pay-per-view. But who cares? You know, they win at Grand Slam 2. They're now the tag champs. Bowens is the first gay All Elite Wrestling champion. They've got the most tag team wins in AEW, and they are the best tag team in the world right now. I don't think anyone can really argue that they are. Well, I mean, FTR are like the best tag team in the world, but I don't think you can really argue that they're the most popular tag team in wrestling right now. They are insane. They've got grown-ass men wearing shirts that say "Scissor me, daddy ass." 22 years of age, and I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about having one for around the house. Because I don't have the bravery to be seen outside in one of them. If you do, man, fucking fair play. Fair play. But no, it's really good to see the Acclaimed win this, because they came in to sort of like lukewarm reactions. They'd never tagged before AEW. Tony saw something in them, and they became this. They just continuously get better and better and better. They keep improving. And, I think they're the first true homegrown AEW success story. Obviously you got Hook and you've got Jade. But Jade and Hook were sort of built to succeed. And a lot of people are softening on Jade. And Hook as well to an extent, not as much as people are softening on Jade. And I understand why people are softening on Jade. I still love Jade. I think having Jade as a big, proper, I guess, Goldberg level attraction, to just come in, have this presence about them, it's a great thing for the women's division. And I also think the TBS title is a perfect vehicle for that, in the sense that whoever beats Jade for that's going to feel absolutely huge. Now, if you want to have this women's division with the likes of, Jamie Hayter, Toni Storm, Britt Baker, Soraya, who we'll get on to, if you want to have that with the big names and like the workhorses and the people that is it the 5-star Grand Prix in Stardom? Is that what it's called? The people who you can see doing maybe not Brett, I don't know. Brett would get eaten alive at the 5-star Grand Prix, wouldn't she? I love Brett, I really do. I think she's great, but they would eat her alive. Maya Iwatani and Julia and Thekla and AZM and Starlight Kid and Kyrie and they would fucking kill. They would eat her alive, man. But no, if you want to have this sort of the big division with the bigger names, the more recognizable names, that's great. But I also think the TBS title, to build essentially a women's mid-card, which is tricky because apparently like Warner execs only want one women's match on TV per show, which sucks and is gross, and that's why the women's division's not been booked the best anyway. But how did I get? Oh, I'm still talking about the Acclaim. We'll go back. Don't worry, we will go back. I can understand why people are softening on Jade, is where this point started, but I think to have this sort of unbeatable presence, who is getting better and better, whenever someone finally topples her, great. I feel like we might have lost it with Ruby Soho. I don't know what they're doing with Ruby Soho. And obviously now she's injured because Sammy Guevara and Ty dropped her on her fucking head, which sucks. And then I also get why people are softening on Hook, but now he's got the FTR title, or FTW title, sorry, and he's great, he's still Hook. But no, the Acclaimed are like AEW's first proper real success story, and I think that's great. The fact that, they are two black men in an industry that's famously not been the kindest to black men, and Bowens is a gay man in an industry that's famously not been kind to LGBT talent or characters. It makes me very happy to see them as the tag champs. Like I say, probably should have won it at the pay-per-view. Probably should have called an audible there. But we got there in the end. They are the champs. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, Soraya. Soraya's back. That's great. I assumed she was cleared. A report just came out today, I think from Fightful. I'll always just say probably from Fightful because my computer's now over there, so I can't go and double check. Like I say, this one, I'm raw dogging this one. I don't have a list of points. I don't have a list of anything. I just want to talk on here because I've not spoke on here for a wee while. I'm just here to kayfabe and bullshit, as he said that one time on that Chris Van Vliet interview. I assumed Soraya was cleared. Apparently she's not been cleared, which that doesn't feel okay because her neck is made of sawdust and prayer. But it is great. It's really fucking good to see Soraya back wrestling because I would watch a few of her Twitch streams every now and then. And the big thing, it felt as if every time I clicked on, she was just being like, man, I want to be in wrestling again. I want to step in the ring again. I want to do a bit of the grappling. Just let me fucking do it. And, WWE wouldn't clear, which I think is fair enough. But, you look at, like, Kurt Angle now says he feels comfortable coming back for one more match because of the treatments he's had to his neck. Brian Danielson being held together by, like, glue and hope. He came back and is on the run of his career right now. So hopefully Soraya can get cleared. And whoever's working with her, oh, be careful. Please be careful. I feel like I go through this weird thing. Like, I think when Soraya was out for a while, I don't know, I think it was like this with Punk too. Maybe not with Punk, because with Punk, I always wanted Punk to come back. And then it ended how it ended there, and I looked like a fool. The biggest example I can think of this is Hager for the first episode of Dynamite. All the rumours were that Hager was coming back and Hager was going to join it was the Inner Circle. Hager was going to join the Inner Circle. And I was like, fuck it, Hager? Really? Like, I don't care. Whatever. And then he showed up and I marked out. I lost my shit. Kind of feel like that was Soraya, I think. I think if you had told me she was coming back, I would have been excited. But she wasn't someone I thought about a lot since after her retirement. Not anything against Soraya. I just, I think at the time we were like, fair enough. She takes one more bump, she dies. And then we didn't really hear much about her in the way of talks being held. There was like some discussions, but I always took that to mean, they wanted her back on like an on-screen capacity as like an authority figure or a commentator or something like that. And then, she showed up. She didn't get physical, but she showed up. Looks like we're going to a feud with Britt Baker, which I think could be the one, if it's done well, to like really put the AEW Women's Division on the map. Obviously, Thunder Rosa and Britt should have been, could have been, but they just kind of didn't capitalise on Thunder Rosa after that, I feel. But yeah, Soraya's there. That's really cool. Let's see, is there anything else I want to talk about? This is all one take, by the way. I'm not editing. Well, I'm going to edit like a chunk out because I planned on being a little bit more prepared. This is just all one take stream of consciousness kind of shit that I'm going for right here. But is there anything else I want to talk about? Oh, Mox is a champ. Let this man have his holiday. Let this man spend time with his wife. He's had this holiday booked and then he cancelled it because Phil did the thing. And then we got his match with Danielson at Grand Slam. I was like, yeah, you put it on Danielson. Fair enough. And then Mox fucking won. Like, the only way MJF has got the chip, actually, doesn't he? It's another thing. MJF is a bag and no one's talking about it because Phil did what Phil did. I don't know, I think... Unless Mox holds this for like a month and then Max shows up after he's, had a match with, like, I don't know, not Wardlow, because that wouldn't make sense. Who's a big bad heel? Fuck, give me Mox and the Butcher on TV for 29 minutes and they beat the shit out of each other and then Max comes in with his chip, cashes in. I could take that and then Mox can go off and have his fucking holiday, finally. Yeah, I just think that was Danielson's time, but Obviously, it's also been MJF's time for a very long time. Is the Jericho? Jericho's the Ring of Honor World Champion. Bringing sports entertainment to Ring of Honor. I'm sure the internet's going to love that when that TV deal happens, because you have to imagine, you don't put that on Jericho without having the TV deal, because ROH is already a bit of a nicher product, and I think it's being marketed towards the TV. I think the way, I guess, pitching ROH to these TV companies is it's not gonna do the numbers that AEW will. This is more for purist wrestling fans. But I do think they will want the big star to start off with. So maybe you do give it Jericho to, I guess, persuade them if they're not going for that pitch of this is more for wrestling purists. Maybe you do that to then have Claudio win it back on the first episode of Ring of Honor TV. Who knows? It does make me think that TV deal is near and essentially completed. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's everything that I want to talk about right now. Like I say, I feel like I needed to do this because I've not made a video on this channel for a while now. I did a little stream on Twitch talking about the big all-out Clash of the Castle weekend. That was fun. I've not made a video on here for a while, and a lot of stuff's happened, and I've just not had time to make a video. So I thought, fuck it, why don't we just do this? This is the rambling couch. How about this? I'll make you a deal. Whenever you see me here, chilling on my couch, like so, for a video, know that it's going to be a pain in the arse. I hope you know when I'm here, in this spot, the video is going to be a pain in the hole, because I don't have notes, I don't have my computer with me to fact check things. I am just running off vibes when I'm on this couch, okay? Give me this, every now and then, I'll talk some shite on here, and then we'll go back to my desk, and we'll have a structure, and we'll have notes, and we'll have bullet points, and we'll have sources, and I can actually tell you who said something. But when I'm here, I just want to talk, I just want to ramble, I just want to get things off my chest, and we'll know this is the couch of unprofessionalism. This is the couch of vibes. This is the couch of no thoughts going on behind these eyes. How about that? Deal? Good. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And I don't know what to say. I guess I'll leave you on the reminder that everybody loves the Acclaimed.